Hello, everybody. I am your host, Amani Brown. We are back again with another late night podcast. Seems like we're really enjoying doing the late night shows. As mentioned, we're slowly being corrupted by it. How are you all doing?
Hey guys, how's it going?
It,
Good to be back.
I'm good to be back. I'm drinking a pretty good whiskey right now, so I'm more than happy than a June bug.
That was Paul and Pele in exact order, just in case anybody needed to put a name at this point to the voice. But, alright, how you guys doing? Now, I know you guys are happy to be back on, but what you guys been up to?
Dude, you are so tired right now.
Yeah, he's tired. I know why he is tired, and I'm the same way. So, I got nothing new in terms of experience, unfortunately. So,
So
No,
that's
fine.
it for your week?
We'll be lucid.
me and Amani have just been busy as hell this past week, is all.
Hey, sorry, I work at Home Depot. I get it.
But, what about you, Paul, real quick? Go ahead.
Um,
Catch people up.
let's see. I was on 2 weeks ago. So since then, again, not really any gaming. I'm not going to do a big Malazan rant on this one like I did before. I'm actually going to keep it quite tame because I gave it to them before this. But it just people, if you haven't figured it out yet, go give the book a try. It's phenomenally good, and I don't even have to overhype it. It just is a great thing. Like Steven Erikson pulled off something that I don't think anybody else could have, if that makes sense. Like it's like I'll find myself at work. I think I said this last podcast, but I'll find myself at work thinking about history to things that don't exist. It sticks
cool.
with you. And
The
it's
lore
great.
hits you pretty nicely.
Mhm.
And not even just the lore; it's the characters, the world, everything. So that's what I was doing this week, and then also I finally started watching Jujutsu Kaisen, as I said.
Okay.
And then I think that was pretty much it. The past 2 weeks just been working on shit. Next short film, I got some ideas, but nothing concrete yet. But things are moving. So
Oh, well, while we have you here, we might as well announce this too.
so
We're on YouTube now.
oh yeah, I did that.
I guess that.
Not on the podcast.
My bad.
I get that. Well, maybe not quite yet, but I guess that would eventually count as me as a YouTuber. Weirdly enough,
Yeah.
Not
But
quite
yeah,
yet.
not quite yet.
You remember-
your episode hasn't premiered yet.
Okay.
What did I say? I think it was. Was it last week's episode that I was on? was
you
it 2
said
weeks
that
ago?
you were going to be working on it at the very
That's
least.
right,
But
that's
it
right,
is
and I-
officially up now.
That's right. I gave, I think, a 1 week release, and I didn't hit it. But it's because things got dragged out. But yeah, guys, we're finally on YouTube. Go check us out. Right now, it's just the first episode ever. The plan is at least I'm going to be doing, for the channel, 3 episodes a week until we catch up. And then once we catch up, it'll be just a weekly release thing. But yeah, if you guys enjoy it, please consider subscribing, all that. And I got a cool little visualizer to go with it while you watch or listen or whatever. So
And while you guys enjoy that podcast, maybe we'll throw something else up there. Just go support it. So now you have another platform to listen to us on if you need options. But glad to know that that's finally up.
It's always nice to have options.
For sure.
took
We'll
forever.
get to-
Monty, you were great for letting me take my time. Sorry about that.
But we'll get right into, I guess, our weeks, that action that we talk so much about. So, well, Paul already got into a bit of his, but I guess we'll talk with Pele. What have you been playing real quick?
I actually have been played and finished Detroit Become Human. I I like the game quite a bit in terms of the acting, a bit of the writing, though a bit disappointed in certain thematic elements that they set up but never go anywhere with. Which for one character, which is the whole game, no spoilers, is done in 3 different parts with you control 3 different characters. One of them is specifically investigation, and one of the key causes you have to investigate the cause of all the troubles throughout the game, but it leads nowhere. And like, why did you build this up this way then?
It's so weird.
It's disappointing, and that's for me. It's satisfying, but nevertheless, I did enjoy it for the most part. I will say
It's
this.
very David Cagey.
Yeah, that's this David Cage's problem, but you got to take it. You got to take it the good and the bad when it comes to David Cage games. I know that, especially with Heavy Rain, and I played the original Indigo Prophecy too, and that one was.
Oh wow, I didn't know that you played the original.
Yeah, no, I played on the PS2, so Simon says,
That one's so weird.
Hey, it's worse because you know what? For me and my young mind, I experience a sexing at the age of 8.
Well,
First video game.
just PS2, so it wasn't too graphic.
No. It was pretty damn detailed. No animation detail, but it was pretty damn detailed.
Oh.
Kind of figured out the mechanics, I guess.
Birds and the Bees, brought to you by David Cage.
Pretty much.
I mean, I guess
right?
that's why I'm so desensitized now, because thanks to David Cage, my sexual awakening happened way too fucking early.
Thank you, David Cage. Our friend is asexual because of you. He's experienced too much. You fuck. No.
The sexiest man on the podcast is now asexual. Unfortunate for those who wanted to.
All because
of David Cage.
Who's going through a massive lawsuit right now because apparently his company is trash.
Yeah.
So,
I can see that.
Yep.
I guess it's karma.
It is unfortunate. But no, I liked it quite a bit. I forgot that what this game actually came from was a PS4 demo called Kara, a tech demo, and that's where the inception of the game first came from. Like, oh, okay, I haven't seen that tech demo in years, but that explains so much.
Okay.
Sorry about the crunch.
No, you're good.
Yes, once again.
Long day. I'm hungry.
Yes, he's
eating on the podcast. We're gonna call him out.
I'm back.
Everybody point and stare and laugh at him. Here's your chance.
It's all right. I get that every day.
Sorry, I've been watching The Simpsons quite a bit.
In the words of Hitler,
no, you're fine.
You better stop or I'll put you in a can. No, that's fucked up.
Already came out. It's too late.
Yeah, well.
Paul, I was gonna say, like, are you sure you want to say that to me?
What do you mean?
Oof. Never mind.
I don't understand.
We'll just scooch right on.
You're not Japanese. If you're talking about the war camps in the 40s, it doesn't apply.
No, but it's also just Asian people in general, though. We're not treated very well during that time period. Even if
they really...
Yeah, and then like 40, 50 years before that, the Italians were treated
I know.
Don't start.
No, but like Paul, like they actually did like they didn't care. They really didn't care. They just do whoever. It was just
I know. I'll put you right back, Pele. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
No. Pele brought it there. No. Guys, podcast listeners, obviously we're friends. We're not saying anything that we all would not, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sir, is that a shovel?
I love these guys. Shut up. No, it's not a shovel, it's wings. I'm flying out. Listen, I love these guys to death. I would never say anything that's going to directly attack or offend them. It's all jokes here. So if anybody listens and is offended, please, for the love of God, understand we're friends here. We're just fucking around.
Yes,
I
love this.
Yeah, I know they know, but some people...
I love this pasta eater. Don't worry about it.
That's not an insult.
No, but I can't say... you want me to say the W word?
I would prefer you don't.
That's fine. I have my papers. No.
For the sake of the podcast, I prefer you not.
All right, Monty. It's a lucid stream.
Oh yeah, I know. We're lucid here. But
digging dirt holes.
I guess the one thing that I definitely checked out was Reminiscent.
Oh, how was that? I was curious about that one.
It's pretty freaking good. I actually really like it. Its setting, I fell in love with the setting right away. It is an entire we've talked about it in the trailer, but this takes place in a very futuristic, Florida, I think it is, specifically Miami, after I guess the floodwaters rose, and basically Miami is half sunken, and it's almost like Venice, except
global warming,
a bit more sunken. Everyone lives pretty much on rooftops or high-end buildings at this point, and sometimes people have their houses on stilts and things like that to kind of keep it afloat above the water. It's really cool. Everyone gets around on boats. There's a really cool fight scene in which they are in an abandoned building and fall below into the sunken area of the building, which I thought was kind of lit.
That is cool.
Like I said, the setting got me more than anything else. Though, to be honest, the movie's really good by default. Its basic premise is the idea of hey, yo, what do your memories see? and can we retrace those to do certain
The
things?
neo noir aspect
mm.
of it, like, really got my interest as well.
Yes.
Was it the writer or the director, like, or just creator of Westworld?
I
that
think it
directed
was no, not creator. The creator's dead.
Oof.
I meant like not the original, like the new series.
Oh,
the new show.
well, let me check real quick, actually.
We should do this. But Reminiscent is dope. Another one of Hugh Jackman's great accomplishments, which is part of the reason why I wanted to watch it anyway. I'm like, oh, this is what Hugh Jackman's doing after Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing this. It's lit.
Not.
Well, thank you for letting me know. I need to watch it.
You would enjoy it. Like he said, it's neo noir, so it's
yes.
Yeah, I would
exclusively up there.
Yes, the co-creator, writer, director, and executive producer of HBO's Westworld did this movie.
Hey, okay, there you go. Westworld.
It also is also not bad watching Rebecca Ferguson, be hot in the movie too.
She's a villain.
She's a villain, but she is also good looking.
She's a villain.
Though
I do like the relationships.
Gives no fucks.
I don't know. It's fine. Like the way that movie plays out, it is a mystery to figure out more about her, but like at the same time, it's like after a certain, like I'm gonna be real, after a certain point in that movie, you're just kind of like, all right, this is a path we're going down, and it's not far into that movie where you figure this out, where it's just like, okay, but I haven't told you context, so don't worry, I'm not gonna tell you why she is or whatever happens with that or how that works out. Just understand that I walked away from that movie being like a villain. Cool. But besides that, I haven't really been messing. Besides, I haven't really been messing around with much else. It's just kind of been a busy week for me. Wanted to get some reading in for certain things, and I guess I've been playing little things here and there. I'm trying to remember what the most recent one was, but whenever I get the chance to, I've been kind of messing around. But playing a lot of Nier, I guess Nier Reincarnation once more. Because of unfortunate phone problems, I have lost all my progress, but we'll get it back. Don't worry. I'm gonna get my waifus back.
Hey, you talking about Nier Reincarnation?
It's actually really good.
So, like, is it the story that's really good or the gameplay?
Both.
Okay.
Well, and the gameplay's not as the gameplay is a gacha game is the deal, but what they do with how weapons and characters works, it's kind of cool, and it falls into that category where in most gacha games you tend to like be quote unquote paying or summoning for a JPEG. Okay. In this game, you're getting a full-on model of a character that has like voice lines and an actual like backstory and everything like that.
Okay.
They're all a lot of them are variants of characters that already exist in the story. Okay. But it's important distinctions because of the fact that I guess this game specifically deals with the idea of, I mean, I guess it says reincarnation is part of it, but just the idea of like parallel worlds and storybooks. Yoko Taro has a thing where he really likes storybooks. So as you are playing through the game, you are investigating stories of people, but when you go in there's a malevolent force that is messing it up. Right. So you'll go into a story and it'll be like, wait a minute, it didn't happen like this. That's not how this went down. And you're fixing the stories, but the stories are still like near stories. So expect to be, sad.
Yeah, I actually started it, and I got to the second or third level or whatever. It just didn't click quite yet, but not the story. The story and everything was like Yoko Taro. I was like, oh, we're back. But you know what I mean? It just the gameplay. So I think I'd have to watch it. But either way, thank you for sharing because I need to hop on that and give it another try.
I mainly just play it for the story anyway. I mean, like I like the characters that are there. I'm trying to get my like 2B and 9S, not really 9S, A2, and 2P specifically. But like, like I got them. Unfortunately, I got them. Then the phone broke. Now I lost them. Now I got to get them back again. But but either way, like the story for it is actually pretty dope. And a lot of the event quests that they do also have their own stories in them. Like they tell their own tale, whether it be sad or good. Like it's always just one of those things where it's like, this thing is gonna be telling you some kind of good thing at some point. So I guess it's just a little bit funner to play that because, I mean, I guess if you want to be depressed sometimes, because Yoko Taro likes to just do that.
I have my selection of games I just want to be depressed. If I really want to get depressed, I end up playing Spec Ops: The Line again.
Good point. I still need to finish that. I have not finished that.
You should.
I need to finish.
You should. That game made me very depressed.
I'm kind of sad because I had like a couple things on my list this week that I wanted to play. Like, for instance, I wanted to play 12 Minutes because I had that, and a couple other ones like Recomply. I just haven't gotten a chance to get to them. So next week for sure, I'll definitely have a bit of a review on those games because I'll at least get the chance to play them.
You know, when I want to feel sad, I just watch the scene where Mitty is being put down like a dog in Made in Abyss. I guess that's a spoiler, but yeah, whatever. That scene...
the manga exists.
The manga exists.
You know what I'm talking about, Amani? Where it's like, go ahead and do it. No, not yet. Mitty! Oh my god, bro. That broke me. I cry every time I watch it.
Yeah, it's not... It's yeah, it hurts.
Or Prushka. Dude. Did you watch the movie yet?
I have not watched the movie yet.
Oh, neither one of you. Damn.
I haven't gotten to it. I haven't gotten to a lot of things.
I almost spoiled it. Listen, understand, me saying that and that character's name, it's Made in Abyss. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you see anybody in the Abyss, it's probably going to be something messed up happens, you know?
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, so... Watch the movie, guys. It's Dawn of Deep Soul. That's the one. Oh.
Yeah, I got to get to that. That's...
I'll send you the link.
There is one other thing that I will say, because I did recently finish it. I finished the original Bubblegum Crisis series.
Oh, hey!
I haven't finished Clash yet. I started Clash, which is technically like the end, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. It's them going back, but I did go and finish Bubblegum Crisis. That was fun.
Hell yeah!
It's kind of weird how episodic it is. I felt that it would probably be more... Going into it, I thought it would have been more like cohesive.
Yeah.
But it is extremely episodic, where characters get introduced, die, and then move about in the same episode. And I'm like, oh. You get to know them, and it's like, oh, they're gone. I'm like, oh, I thought they were going to stick around.
Nope.
They seemed cool.
Just nope.
Interesting.
But it's dope. You like power suits? They got some real nice power suits. Not mechs, though. I mean, they do technically have one mech, but it's not that big. But go check out badass females.
Yeah, not everything can be Gundam size, you know.
Look, man, I personally, if where I stand on the mech power suit debate is, I personally like power suits more than mechs. But
I'm with you there, because one of my favorite things growing up as a kid is watching the Battleizer armor from Power Rangers as a kid.
So, real quick, to add to my week, just to backtrack half the hair, because I think it could tie into yours. Have you guys watched any of the old Gundam movies on Netflix
Yes.
That's good shit. That's what I've done in my 2 weeks as well. I found them. I was sitting on the bed with Natalie. We were watching BoJack Horseman. We were looking for shit to find, and then all of a sudden I saw that, and I made her sit there and watch like 10 minutes. And yeah. Good stuff.
Gundam. You just lost this shit.
She was like, "You're a really big nerd, aren't you?" And I was like, "Not really, but like this clicks with me on a spiritual level."
Yes,
absolutely, yes.
Absolutely,
yes. I don't know why I said no. I'm not.
You just turn around.
She knows I am. Shit.
You point to your room. You point to like the papers on your walls and things of that nature, all the posters. And then you look at the podcast and you look and you're like, "I'm on this."
Yeah.
Thing.
I got nothing to hide.
Why would you ever hide? You don't need to hide.
Believe me, I'm not hiding with this person.
Oh, of course. But we will move on because Gamecom happened this week, and a couple other things, and they decided to announce like a ton of stuff. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go through that, but first...
Word from our sponsors.
Because we know who I am. Dude, I wish. Because you know who I am. And where we are, we have to talk about the new Spider-Man trailer that dropped literally earlier this week for Spider-Man No Way Home. It's the only thing we got. It's all we got. Mm-hmm. And all I can say is, I didn't expect them to do the thing as well as I thought they were going to do it.
Y'all were lagging. I didn't get any of that, but I got you now. Yes!
Yeah.
Shall we talk?
Yes, we should talk.
I wanted to wait on Andre for this, but...
Oh no, we will get his 2 cents.
Oh yeah, true.
Don't worry.
So who's going first here?
Amani?
Wait. Who's going to talk the longest?
Amani.
Then you go last.
All right.
No offense. It's just I'm ready for this. I agreed to this. That's why I hit you guys up. Forgot about your Pele. I'm sorry, but I'm just fucking with you. But like Pele, you go first.
All right. I am very much excited for how it's going to go. The introduction of the multiverse factionality and seeing. So I'm guessing this could be the introduction for a lot of Spider-Man's traditional villains or traditional from other familiar places we've seen. Because should I just go straight to the end?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm down.
Hello, Peter. Alfred Molina is returning as Doc Ock.
Hello, Peter. Like the way he says it, dude.
William Dafoe also returning as
Wait, is that confirmed?
I'm not sure that's been confirmed.
Oh, yeah.
It's confirmed? Oh, God, I can't wait then.
Well, I know we hear the laugh,
oh, yeah.
But are you sure?
It's Willem Dafoe.
No, it's William
Dafoe. Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, my mistake.
No, you good.
But no, that's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So we got those villains coming back.
Great.
Yep. Are we gonna get Amazing Spider-Man Kirk Connors, the Lizard?
Okay, so you want the
investigated
this kind of answer, or you want the we still don't know, let's not talk about it, because like I definitely investigated this.
Did you watch the Easter egg video by like Screen Rant or something?
I didn't have to. I did a breakdown with Aaron. With me, Aaron, and Joyce were watching it,
and
I just looked through it and was just like, that's a thing, that's a thing, that's a thing, that's a thing, that's probably a thing.
Then go Reddit.
And then on top of that, and then I went to the breakdowns afterwards, sort of.
I say go ahead. So, Paul.
You know what? Fuck me. Go ahead, Amani. I want to hear this.
No, go ahead. I want to hear yours first, because then answer to I'll just answer Pele's question real quick. The answer to that is yes, we are. We're getting at least 2.
We're getting 2 lizards. Okay.
So did you guys?
No, not lizards. We're getting 2.
Electro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one's confirmed.
Yep.
Like by Kevin Feige and all the lightning that you see.
And Jamie Foxx himself.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Well, you're gonna change up the looks. I wonder if he's still gonna have either gonna be crooked teeth or straight teeth.
Probably straight teeth.
Probably
even doing the crooked ones again.
But I was just want to say, did y'all see the picture of the 2 people behind the scenes that got deleted?
Yeah. I saw that.
I mean, I guess if you're in this podcast, we're fans. We got 2 hyper fans that are going to be here.
The biggest Spider-Man fans
you're gonna get
spoilers.
Yeah, you're going to get spoilers, so hats off to you if you're like, oh, I don't want spoilers, but maybe you should click ahead. But going into spoiler territory.
To be completely honest with you.
What's up?
This movie is also the worst kept secret.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Oh, it really is. Yeah.
It's literally the worst.
They did it on purpose.
Here's the thing. Like after so many years of being super tight-lipped about their other ones, like why is this one leaked so bad?
This one is the one that they probably would have wanted to not say anything about the most, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember, like, you have Tom Holland's the lead actor, so that's why.
Based on his whole thing's a marketing thing.
I know.
It's not that he's actually forgetful. But, so I was just going to say, so not only is it basically confirmed that we're getting Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, which could still be a fake picture, but it looked pretty real.
Well, I know
we're getting all this
Andrew
shit.
Garfield said he's down. Tobey's been the hardest one from what reports have said.
Yeah. But if it's already in the picture and he's actually there, then I think it's all right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, I just want to say briefly, like, I wasn't excited for any of the other Spider-Mans. I'm kind of like, I talked with Andre about this. It's not quite Spider-Man as I would picture him, but it's all right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of the Marvel movies, I don't look at them like, I want to go see that. Like, it's certain ones. But this one, I watched that trailer and I was like, wow, I really want to see this because particularly just the Raimi stuff and multiverse. And, dude, I have this idea that end credit scene or somewhere in there we go see Miles as well. That would be,
I would appreciate that.
And imagine if he's still animated, though. I think that would be somehow cool.
Oh, that would be really cool if he just came out still animated.
I'm thinking about that. But that's my take on it. Amani, wait, one more thing. Did you see the swirling sand?
Yes, I did see that.
Yes, I did.
I really hope Thomas Hayden Church comes back. God, that Sandman made me cry.
As long as Topher Grace doesn't.
Yeah, Topher Grace. No, because this could be also the introduction to the Venom movie saga as well, because,
Oh my god, dude, if Tom Hardy shows up...
That'd be
nice.
That would be nice.
But I'm done. You go, Amani, take the reins. Jesus, take the wheel.
The number one thing I want to mention about this is that they are actually doing a comic book storyline that is considered the worst Spider-Man comic book storyline
One
ever.
more day.
And they are somehow, yes, that's correct. They are somehow making that work. I actually kind of like how this one's going because you get to see.
Yeah, no.
It's not like Aunt May dies or you wanted to. It's not. We don't have all this time.
There's no deal with the devil bullshit.
Yeah, there's definitely no deal with the devil bullshit. But on top of that, it's like this is not decades upon decades of Spider-Man building up certain things and then removing some of the best qualities about Spider-Man. This is instead a Spider-Man we've seen like for 5 years, probably, and pretty much are getting him messing up. Technically, it's not his fault, but like messing up and being like, "Man, I'm still in high school, bro. I can't have this. Like, I really can't have all of this." And it's like, and you see him make the deal. Like he's going to make the deal with Strange, which I'm glad he's in this movie. I'm glad that that's a huge Strange is a huge part of it, and I'm glad that we're diving into the mystical quote unquote side of Spider-Man, especially with like the leak suits and things that we've seen. I'm trying to see him wear that black suit with the gauntlet. I want to see how that plays out.
Oh, the Secret Wars outfit. I would love to see that.
Oh no, not that one. He has another one. He has one exclusively for this movie, which he has. It looks like a magical gauntlet, as on the I guess wireframing of his Boss Scout suit is what it looks like.
Okay.
It looks like because the black suit he's wearing in this movie looks like it looks like the Boss Scout suit, but with all the red removed. Like if you took off the top red layering, this is the circuitry that's going on right underneath it.
Okay.
And I'm wondering what the deal with that is, but it looks dope. It's a very different look for Spider-Man. I mean, there's only one other black and gold costume. Actually, there's two other black and gold costumes. I take it back, because there's the Spider Armor. This point, like Spider Armor 2 is black and gold, and then there's the Stark suit, not the original quote unquote Stark suit, the Iron Spider suit that has been painted black and is never worn by Peter Parker actually. But those are two that it's like, okay, that's kind of lit. Looking forward to that. The way they're okay, I gotta say this. As a Spider-Man fan, I was super opposed to the idea of doing a multiverse movie
right
with these characters for the simple fact that one, Spider-Verse already came out and did it perfectly, and two, I wanted, especially with all the leaks coming out, I was like, please, I just want you to focus on the last cliffhanger that you talked about. I do not care about throwing these other Spider-Men in here, because the last cliffhanger you ended up on is the fact that like Peter Parker's identity is just out in the open. Like that's what you ended on, and I'm like, I want to see the ramifications in a movie that deals with that. And it looks like it's still a huge driving force in this movie, which I'm kind of excited about.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I wanted to see. And from what I can understand, they're probably going to keep the other Spider people to a minimum, and he'll probably be fighting the Sinister Six, because Sony's been trying to do that since forever.
Yep, and they keep failing.
I just find it really weird that
I don't understand like their insistence on doing a solo of just the Six though.
Oh, I don't know. We're not gonna get that though. Thank goodness.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Sony's been trying to do a Sinister Six movie solo, like just the villains themselves and nothing else, for years.
What are they gonna fight?
Bro, I don't wanna.
Like,
we can look.
That sounds a little strange.
We can get into that. But like, do we really want to get into like the leaked scripts of the Sinister Six movie and how bad that is?
No.
They have it?
No, they do.
Oh
They do. It's not good.
Yeah, it's just out there. It's not great.
Alright.
Like there was a leak script. Like it happened when the Sony hack happened, around the same time Amazing Spider-Man 2 was a thing.
Right.
That happened, and people got a hand of the script, and it was a bunch of stuff that was in there that's like, oh god. Like they were gonna, like, part of it was the fact that like they were gonna be teaming up with, initially going to fight Spider-Man, then teaming up with Spider-Man to fight Venom and then Carnage. And this all happens within the span of one movie.
It's like Spider-Man 3 all over again.
Yeah. Jeez. Like the idea was that like during the first fight, Peter gets the black suit. Like they fight at Oscorp or something, and during the fight he gets the black suit, and he uses that to beat them. And then within that movie, he goes through the entire arc of realizing that the suit's bad, and he gets rid of it. And then that symbiote drops on Eddie Brock, who then joins the Sinister Six, quote unquote.
Again,
Sinister
again, Spider-Man 3
Mm-hmm.
vibes, heavy Spider-Man 3 vibes.
Yep. And then they would go to fight Peter, but Peter would barely manage to survive and fend them off, and then the symbiote off of Eddie Brock would fall off, or at least a bit of it would fall off, onto a hobo, quote unquote, Cletus Cassidy, who then would become Carnage, and would be like such a problem that the two of them team up. And the deal is that they couldn't control Venom and Carnage, so Venom and Carnage are now teamed up, who then literally like beat the shit out of both. No, they beat the shit out of the Sinister Six, and then dip off, and then go to start like I guess attacking people. And the Sinister Six looks at it and they're like, "We messed up. We wanted you. We didn't want all this collateral damage." So it's like they team up with Spider-Man to go fight Venom and Carnage, and it's just like this was one movie.
It's also
this was one movie.
It's not only that.
So this was
it's one movie, but they also had to introduce literally 6 different characters as well because.
This was one movie. They had
Wait, this was going to be the Sinister Six movie?
That was going to be the Sinister Six movie.
Yeah.
Okay, like my bad. I was listening and also like reading about it. They were going to have like for Doc Ock, the suggested actors was Matthew McConaughey, Sean Penn, Denzel Washington, Colin Firth, and Will Smith, George Clooney, and Daniel Craig. None of those guys
Will
fit.
Smith?
Will Smith as Doc Ock. I can't see that.
Look,
you
man,
know what I'm
I
saying?
Will
Like
Smith,
that's such a weird choice of actors. Like
They're A-list actors. That's all they do. They make a list of people
here you
they
go.
want.
Black Cat would have been Ruth Wilson, Emily Blunt, Kerry Russell, Rose Byrne, Amelia Clark, and Elizabeth Olsen.
That's true. Black Cat was supposed to have a role in it as
Well,
well.
here's the thing. Black Cat already existed in Amazing Spider-Man 2, though.
Oh yeah, I know.
What the fuck?
They
wanted to give roles to Idris Elba, Francis McDormand.
Oh no, they also cut out MJ, which was I thought it was a
Bryan
weird choice.
Cranston and Jackie Chan.
Wait, Jackie Chan is who?
That's a good question.
So it doesn't say. It says they want to give roles to Idris Elba, Jackie Chan, but for which parts? As for Sandman, several actors were considered, including, which is kind of funny now, Tom Hardy, Woody Harrelson, who were in the Venom movies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then Channing Tatum, who was also on the short list for Venom. Joel Egerton, Jason Clarke, Chris O'Dowd, Michael Pena, Seth Rogen, and Danny McBride.
You know, I gotta say, I feel very sorry for Channing Tatum because that guy's been trying to get Gambit around for years now too.
Oh, for sure. He's tried. It's not happening. I wanted the Gambit movie, but it's still kind of weird. But it's not happening.
Back to Spider-Man, I guess.
But basically,
we're all tired here in a weird tangent.
That was gonna be the one movie, and I just kind of looked at it and was like, no, I don't want this. Oh yeah, and the end was supposed to be that they like kind of become this team that does, I guess, good or mercenary work, and they were supposed to have a big zoom out where they look at the phone, and then the phone zooms out of the map, and then it zooms out, and you see like little dots of like different like icons for each of the villains, quote unquote. For them being on the map for like things that they could handle. So it's like, oh yeah, there's the Rhino one, and there's the Doc Ock one, and there's the Goblin one, and everything like that. And you just kind of look at that and go like, are you being serious?
So it would have been the Suicide Squad before the Suicide Squad.
Yes, but stupid.
Yeah, very stupid.
This would have been jam packed with so much crap that didn't make sense. At least the Suicide Squad movie, they had one mission. They were going on one mission, and then things just went wrong. But as far as that goes, I just find it weird that this is a Sinister Six movie, quote unquote, in which the Peter Parker that is supposed to be fighting this has not fought like 80% of the roster.
No, because because this Peter Parker is still technically fresh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna assume that the last, because this is my theory on it, the last member, because pretty much we know everybody except for the last member of the Sinister Six. I'm gonna assume that it has to be someone from his universe to actually be a villain. So my bet's on Scorpion, because that's the only villain that's been set up.
Yeah, Matt Gargan,
either Scorpion,
for sure.
Yeah, Scorpion or Vulture, because those are the only two that have been set up in some form or way that exist. Unless they want to bring back Mysterio, but you know, kind of unnecessary. They pulled the trigger on that one.
I mean, hey, I'm still hoping for this day. Like, if they include Kraven the Hunter, I really want to see him still live action.
See, I feel you, and I want to see Kraven the Hunter, but I want to see a Kraven the Hunter movie with like just Kraven and.
Dude, I was
Spider-Man,
literally just about to say that.
But they could introduce Kraven just because of the fact that, like, in this film, it's very obvious that Peter is still under scrutiny for
Mm.
the alleged death of Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
So I can easily see Jonah being like, I will give X amount of money to anybody that can get this man. And now that like Craven, who exists, they can just set him up in that movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Just existing somewhere else in general, being like, I will hunt the spider. I like this idea. Man,
How long has he been dead?
in the comics?
Yeah, since like the 80s, right?
Yeah, they keep him. They brought him back once, but they keep him dead.
Yeah.
They tend to try to, because
I wish they
they
would.
like. No. I mean, like they try to keep him dead. Like they don't. Like, somebody brought him back once, and then it was like, okay, cool, put him back in the grave, and it's like, all right.
But like, imagine they come back with like a talented author who like loves the character, and we get to like see like more. Oh god, that was.
Technically speaking, Craven is back in a way, but Sergei
Yeah.
Romanov, I believe his name was, is gone. It is like his kid is the deal, and I'm like, that's fine. If you want to still have like a Craven-esque villain that exists, you just make it his kid. He takes up the mantle again. It's like the same thing that's happening with Beetle. I mean, Beetle isn't it's not his kid. It's actually Tombstone's kid, but it's some weird thing. It's basically the idea is that someone has taken up the mantle of both Electro and Beetle, and they're completely different people. So it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Gotcha. Comics.
Yeah.
Never not confusing.
It's not that confusing. It's just the idea. I don't know when we got a female Electro. I don't know when that happened, but it did. She just took it up. And the same thing happened with Beetle, and Beetle's kind of cool. Beetle's actually one of those like C tier Spider-Man villains that I've always been like, no, he's actually really cool. Like, he's kind of capable, but just people don't talk about it much. But Beetle's always been cool. He's like the, I guess, mysterious. I guess technically he's the taskmaster of Spider-Man, so to speak, where he's like, you know, he exists and he's usually doing odd jobs, and the way he works, it's like it's all about the money, man. That's all that matters. Like, he's not inherently like if he doesn't have to kill Spider-Man, he's not trying to kill Spider-Man, if that makes any sense. Like, he's like, I don't go after Spider-Man, but you're like stopping me. Or like Firefly. If anybody ever seen like the Batman cartoon, Firefly in that, he's almost exactly like that. Those two are literally carbon copies, low-key, of each other.
Gotcha. Okay.
Though I think Firefly's kind of changed a bit over the years, but definitely the one where he was like wearing a suit and flying around is like that. That is just the Beetle.
Well, you know how Marvel and DC are competing and copying each other.
They like to do that. Red Lion exists. I don't know why DC bothered. But
wait, which one? Who is Redline?
Red Lion. He's the copy of Black Panther. Just
okay. I have seen.
Yep.
Straight
the exact same suit, just red with like a fur like mane.
Yeah, straight rip of Black Panther. But we will move right along from Spider-Man, because as much as that movie is great, and I still find it weird that we're having a Sinister Six movie, we got to get into the Gamescom stuff, because there's a lot that we haven't even talked about.
And we're all tired and falling asleep.
Yeah.
We're all tired, and a lot has happened.
Yep.
So how about we kick it off with one of you two? What is one of the things that you guys initially saw for this one?
Oh.
Pele, I'm gonna let you go first because you were really excited about one.
Oh yes. All right. So first one I want to talk about was actually the last on the docket, Conscript. Conscript is a World War One pixel art 2D isometric view game. That's actually designed and inspired by the classic Resident Evil game. Same menu system, similar pickups, even a similar tank control where you have to aim your character down in a certain direction or to shoot your enemies. But this is, instead of zombies, dealing with World War One aspects. So the gameplay I'm really excited about because I love Resident Evil, and it's also set into World War One, which I like. I'm an old war history buff, so I like learning and experiencing stuff like that.
It's almost like it was made for you.
Yes, so, like, I'm really happy for this one. I hope it comes out fairly soon. I think there's a demo out currently on Steam. I forget the developer's name, unfortunately, but nevertheless, keep an eye out for it. Called Conscript. I am very excited for that one in particular. And my other two ones I want to talk about was a really big title that was announced at the Gamescom was Marvel's Midnight Sun. Trailer looks dope. Has a lot of Marvel characters: Captain Marvel, Captain America, Iron Man, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, the Robbie Reyes version. Doctor Strange, Blade, and Nico Maroon Minoru. I forget exactly how to pronounce her name, but yeah,
No, you're fine.
yeah. Yep. And the thing is that the trailer doesn't really show exactly what the game is going to be like at all until I took a look at the developer. Made by Fireaxis, the people who did XCOM.
Of all the people.
Yep.
And apparently they looked at the game, like, they looked at what they did with XCOM and was extremely inspired by it, and thus decided to get them to do this Marvel game that I'm not gonna lie, as happy as I am to see it, we're talking about something that is extremely niche inside of Marvel itself. No one knows what the Midnight Suns are.
No, they're not.
Nobody knows what the Midnights. I know what the Midnight Suns are. You two might know what the Midnight Suns are.
I don't know what the Midnight
Suns are.
See, Paul doesn't even know what the Midnight Suns are.
Casual fans of comic books will not know who the Midnight Suns are.
Dude, who are they? Heavy fans of comic books might not know what the Midnight Suns are.
What are they? What is the...
They're basically like a supernatural... Okay, so the best way to describe it is, you know how Justice League Dark exists?
Yeah.
They're that, but for Marvel.
Yep.
They were technically like the first supernatural event to happen in Marvel, which involved Blade, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, like a ton of the characters that were there, with the exception of, I think, Wolverine, and like obviously Iron Man, I'm pretty sure.
And Captain America. Definitely down to Captain America.
Oh yeah, Captain America was not there, or Captain Marvel. I don't know why they actually put them on the team, but I'm like, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I guess
they're popular. I guess.
Popular characters, you know. I'm pretty sure they're gonna add more as they go.
Wolverine can stay because Wolverine's dope. Like he totally deals with stuff like this all the time.
He's went to hell. He went to hell and back.
Like Captain America didn't need to be there for me.
No, Iron Man definitely not.
Iron Man, I'll admit, like half of his villains actually are like magic based, so I can see how he can wind up in this, but I don't think he needed to be there.
No, because
Captain Marvel can actually leave.
Yeah.
And that's not because I hate her. I'm just kind of like, why would you be involved in this? You deal with galactic threats. You deal with stuff in space. Go deal with cosmic stuff.
She doesn't need
Dracula and Lilith.
So the Midnight Suns is supernatural.
Yes.
It was very supernatural.
Now, do the supernatural things tie into the cosmic shit, or is it no? It's just
it's a supernatural. It's very rare.
Yeah,
it depends sometimes because like Mephisto has done like some extremely cosmic shit and Ghost Rider's that way as well. It's just that it's not common.
The best way to describe it is the supernatural stuff is the closest we'll get to cosmic stuff is if they start delving into things that are I guess more Cthulhu-esque, Lovecraftian-esque, which they have in some cases.
Yeah.
I mean, the perfect example would be
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, true. Moon Knight is actually a perfect example, but I was going to say the King in Black as a recent example.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, you're dealing, the way that the story is written in a lot of cases, it is very, like, supernatural, but you know that Null is this being from outer space that exists, so it's, like, inherently cosmic. It's cosmic horror, you know? It's the deal with
Bro, so I just want to say this trailer.
Oh, it's well done. It is very well done.
It's well done, but also like, dude. First off, that cover of Metallica. I was like, nah, but now I'm like, nah. It's actually low key like a lot, or high key really. But no, like the design of Ghost Rider, I approve.
Yeah, Robbie Reyes.
Yeah,
Robbie Reyes.
It's my boy, Robbie Reyes. Yeah.
Oh, that's what Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider looks like. I've never seen this.
Yeah.
This is the Ghost Rider that rolls around in a muscle car and not a motorcycle.
Yep. His muscle car looks dope though too.
It does. It looks great. It looks sick. They should never not.
Bro, that is a cool design.
Always leave it. Yeah, Robbie Reyes is dope. Honestly, my favorite Ghost Rider. Like, don't get me wrong. I like. There's two of them that I really like. Obviously, Johnny Blaze being the number one, but there was another one that was a chick that I can't remember what her name is right now. She was cool, but Robbie Reyes is kind of lit, man. I enjoy him.
Yeah, I see why. Like that mask is both terrifying and sleek at the same time.
But it's so interesting because like we look at this trailer and me and Paler are sitting here being like, this is gonna be a tactics game. I have no idea how this is gonna play out.
Yeah, because the first question I thought when I first saw like a character listing, like, how the hell is Wolverine gonna work out? Because he's a melee focused character.
It'll be interesting. They'll probably get it to work.
Yeah.
He probably would be a tank. He'd be a tank that runs in and does melee things. You could probably do like a lot of lunging. He probably has a lot of movement speed. Like you can, in comparison to most characters, you could probably chuck that man like halfway across. That's a good point. There's no big people in this.
No, but that's the beauty with Marvel. They can bring in whoever they want with this one.
I mean, they could, but I'm just kind of wondering because I'm like, there's no like big heavy characters. So like the number one thing I would think of doing in a Marvel Tactics game where Wolverine exists is, can I do fastball special? And I'm like, wait, but based on this trailer, there's literally no one that could do that. I mean, I guess Captain Marvel could probably do that, but like,
didn't Colossus have like an arc in the Supernatural once in the comics?
yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, his sister's Magic, who is in this trailer, by the way. So like,
that could work.
That's another
Colossus. We can bring Colossus.
So it could work. If they just put in Colossus, we can get fastball special. But they didn't show Colossus.
Nope.
They just showed Magic and Wolverine. So I'm like, oh no. I want to do that. That sounds awesome.
Yep. Oh, and
please, if you're listening to us,
yes, and
give us the ability to fastball special Wolverine.
Oh,
that's all anybody ever wants to do.
I will make this one mention as well. With the trailer, they introduced a character you have no idea who is. Apparently, that is the offspring of Lilith, who is actually the main protagonist or the main player character. So you control and create and customize your own character in the middle of the game as you are playing this potentially tactics-like game with the other Marvel heroes. And based on the,
I do find that interesting.
You can change your you can change your abilities, stats, and how your character looks. And based on the continuing trailer, you also eventually get to change up the armor pieces and customizable looks of the other heroes as well as you go through.
Everybody played it in gold, got that Hellfire armor look, and I'm like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this color.
It has a sleek look.
Oh, it does, yeah.
It's like a sun.
I've never seen Wolverine armor, or at least his suit, with like etchings in it. I've never seen that before.
It looks really nice.
It does. It's probably one of the craziest things. It's a game that nobody asked for, no one expected, and just kind of got it and was like, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah?
That Robbie Reyes with the gold and etchings and Ghost Rider. Oh my God, Iron Man there. What else we got?
You got Doctor Strange, Nico Maruno, and Captain America.
Oh, Captain America. Gives a fuck.
I like Cap.
Sorry, no. Look, man. I love a lot of these guys, but like,
it's kind of weird to see them.
They've been big for about 15 years now, maybe many years past.
Oh yeah, no, it's just strange seeing all your classic heroes deal with something that's, let's face it, out of their field of work.
Yeah.
Like, at most, there are some people that kind of skirt that line that you can put in. Like, Wolverine is one of the perfect examples of, like, he skirts that line, but he can fit in. Spider-Man's another one that skirts that line.
Yeah.
He can fit
Captain America? No. Captain Marvel? No.
Captain America Captain America barely deals with things like that. Dude, barely. And Captain Marvel really doesn't deal with things like that.
You know what I don't like about Marvel games?
Daredevil would have been nice, though.
This is just me. I want more, like, obscure characters. I really, like, we see Captain America in, like, every game now.
Daredevil and, I'm telling you, Daredevil and Elektra would have been great picks. They could have put them on.
Give me a free roam Daredevil game. That would be dope. Like a parkour heavy.
Yeah. Well, they tried. It just didn't happen.
Well,
a better one.
If we go from
Insomniac makes it.
No, I mean like
better.
they tried, but it got canceled. Like they really wanted to, it didn't happen.
Oh. Well, if we go for like an example for like Ultimate Alliance 3, we can also have like other cosmic characters introduced in that game, like Elsa Bloodstone. Before playing that game, I did not know who
That's true.
I did not know. I didn't know who.
I think I've seen her like once before, and I was like, huh. I know you, but why do I know you?
Yeah.
God, if only they'd make a Venom Space Knight.
One day they will. No. They will.
I had my closure after that episode where Amani just gave me free reign because if you remember, I cried on the podcast. So I've had my closure. I accepted
started to read Donny Cates' run.
I have not yet.
Damn
I
it,
meant to. I've said it for.
Yeah.
I can start it in my own time, fellas. I was a little hurt for a while.
No, Paul. Here's the thing. I'm not just doing it to you. I'm also doing it to Amani as well because I'm trying to get him to play the Spider-Man VR game, which he haven't played yet.
I haven't played it yet. That is true. I have to plug my VR again. No, I got it. Well, I mean, it's plugged up, but I just haven't hooked it back up.
Oh, you have a VR?
I gave him the VR.
Yeah, Pele gave it to me. Yeah.
Why did you give him the VR?
Because I can't use it in my room.
Oh.
He just gave me the VR, and I've been using it. I've been enjoying it. There's a couple games.
Pele is a saint.
He really is. This is why he's dubbed sexiest man on the podcast.
Is that the joke?
That's the joke. Yeah.
That's part of the joke.
That's part of the
joke. Who made the joke?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, you did start it.
It's fine. It's his title now. It's not going away.
Sexiest man on the podcast.
Look, we talked about it. We're all pretty good looking, but Pele, he's got it. He's got something different. But I guess we'll move on to another one. What is another game that we actually happen to see here?
Mm-hmm.
Boys, what did you see? What did you
Oh,
find? What did you?
last thing I will mention, the one thing I want to talk about was Destiny: The Witch Queen. The latest update expansion announced for February 2022 for Destiny 2. I'm currently playing it a lot, liking the current new season quite a bit. The Witch Queen introduces another big boss character similar to that of Oryx, the Taken King from Destiny 1. And
It's
also,
actually a very important one for those that don't know.
yeah,
Well,
there's a lot of lore to the game I'm not going to get into today, obviously. But
yeah,
nevertheless,
but you can.
yeah,
But yeah, I feel you.
yeah. Well, this one it's going to be intriguing because this character, despite being related to an important villain from the previous game, is actually one. You get a new weapon called the glaive, which is essentially this gigantic spear you can use both as a melee weapon and
I
a
was
gun.
about to say my big takeaway was that look, man, we got spears.
Yep, you got spears.
We got spears now.
You can shoot it as a gun. You can also use it as a melee weapon and a shield. So it's a multi-purpose weapon. So it's pretty interesting for sure. But the
It's just like swords.
Mhm.
You can block with them.
But the biggest takeaway from it, I think for me, especially with the new enemy types, that these enemies actually can now do the same abilities as you as the player, and like
Yes.
ah
So I
fuck.
will mention this. I will mention this specifically. Destiny 2 has been going down a path that when I was playing Destiny 1, me and my friends had multiple discussions of like, hey yo, what if they just did this though? So we kind of got the abilities of having Dark Guardians, right? We had the like,
Stasis.
oh look, here's the power sets of like Dark Guardians, and they're probably gonna build on that. Officially, now we have to fight because this is one that I had a long time ago, around the time of Oryx Raid 2, which was specifically, yo, what happens if they have a raid or something where we have to fight like Fallen or Taken or Dark Guardians in some way, and like the idea that Homegirl is like, F it, I'm just gonna make my own Guardians out of the darkness. I'm like, oh, I'm so down for this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so down for this. I want to fight this.
One also,
So
it's also when I was playing through the season, the current season, there's this power that you get for picking up this darkness orb, this darkness embrace. I'm sure it's from the previous ones, but I only recently started picking it back up. And thinking back to when I first played Destiny 1, when you first played the game, you were able to interact with certain quests that allowed you to use a sword for the first time. Granted, this is before the sword was implemented as a full-on weapon in the game, but eventually,
yeah, they were exotics only.
yeah, there were exotics only at the time, but you actually get to have them before it became a mechanic in the game. I'm thinking like maybe this could be a potential new power where darkness envelops you and you don't use a weapon per se, but spew out powers of darkness at enemies at your choice, a la Infamous style.
Ooh, I like it.
And if
I
that,
like it a lot.
and that's
really cool.
if that's a potentially new mechanic, then like that could be some interesting foreshadowing for sure. Like that is very intriguing.
I'm down. Because technically, at this point in the game, where your Guardians is experimenting with the darkness, because of the idea that they found out that like, basically, they're two halves of the same coin, and that your ghost, if you go too far, can't help you out of it, but you can use the darkness abilities without, inherently losing your light. So the idea is that we're currently messing around with the ability to have half and half in order to beat these new problems. Destiny 2 is kind of wild. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep,
I've been enjoying it.
It's definitely gotten better than some of the days of Destiny 1 launch, and definitely Destiny 2 launch, because I still kicking myself to this day of wasting over $100 on Destiny 1 when it first came out.
Destiny 1 was good, though. I enjoyed Destiny 1. I enjoyed my time on Destiny 1.
Not for the money I spent at the time. Like, oh, this is just... It was rough for me the first time around.
That's fair. But,
Yep.
What about you, Paul? What are some that you
Oh, my bad.
noticed?
I was dozing off. I'm good. All right.
Well.
Couple
We're all-
snacks. Yeah,
we're
no,
all sleepy.
it's all good. I'm good.
right, bro.
I just haven't stayed up this late in a while. So my first one was the Gunk. This is Super Mario Sunshine. It's
Get excited
they
for
told
the
me
Gunk.
before this podcast. It's like, I mean, you're like, it's kind of like junk punk, I guess we could call it, right? You got like the junkyard type shit. I don't know
Diesel
what that'd
punk,
be
I
called.
think
Maybe-
it technically would be called.
That's it, yeah. But
Diesel Punk
yeah,
is really
like
cool.
I mean, just the way this looks, everything plays and feels based on this video. Anyways, it's just Mario Sunshine, and you know what? It's fine. Give me more. I would spend hours sucking up water with Flood, right? That was his name?
Yeah.
And then I'd go out and just clean up mud, and I wouldn't even clean it all. Or actually, I'd clean up all of it without killing like the thing that spawned it, like the little flower things. I just keep cleaning up mud. I loved it. I'd spend hours doing that. I had an emulator once upon a time. I still do that. It was my therapy for a little while.
This is fun.
No cap.
No, I get it.
So, the Gunk, Thunderful. That's the developers. What consoles?
PC.
I think it's coming to every.
It's
okay, as long as it's on PC.
I think it's PC and I think Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's fun. So yeah, so there's that one.
No,
I'm going a little fast just because that was a little bit of a shorter one.
No, you're good.
Show too much. Then came, and this one's a big one. So Pearl Abyss. I've played Black Desert. I'm not too big into MMOs, but Black Desert was really good. And my cousin's very big into it, and I'm really excited for Crimson Desert because it has more of a single player vibe going on.
Oh yeah.
But then they come out of the woodwork with DokeV or anyways. This looks like a giant
DokeV,
yeah. Something. It's a giant free roam K-pop fueled romp that is like Kingdom Hearts meets. Right? Yeah, I thought so.
That really describes it. Good word.
It really, because I mean, it's like you have a lot of like free roam and different ways to do it. The art style is very cutesy but hyper realistic at times. The combat is very much like what do we call it? It's like Kingdom Hearts meets
Pokemon.
I would almost say like Pokemon and Splatoon because it's like very.
Well, Spectrums. You can technically do that if anybody remembers Spectrums on the DS.
Yeah, very similar, very similar.
I don't know if this is gonna be single player or not, but man, it just y'all go look it up. I will say their game engine. If y'all hear me, Pearl Abyss, you need to patch something because your shit runs like shit in every trailer.
Hey, they're working on it, man. It's still brand new. It's just an announcement, man. It's just the first announcement.
I mean, I know, but like, I'm not. What am I supposed to say? Oh,
give it time. Is all I.
It looks like shit at times.
Just give it time, man. Just give it time. And
nah, I'm being a jackass, but no, seriously, guys, look up DokeV. It looks phenomenal. It looks like. That brought up another point that I told them before the podcast started was, back, anybody that's played games through the early 2000s, 2010s, we're all used to Japanese games and American games and European games, but we're not really used to, like, smaller European countries and smaller countries around the world or, like, Korean games and whatnot. With the Korean MMOs, but it's nice to see the world, essentially. Like, there's world over, small developers are able to make their voices heard and make games, so that makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And the last one, I have since lost it.
Oh, the Serpent Rogue.
Serpent Rogue, yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
Serpent Rogue.
Where the fuck is? I want to click on it so I can see it again. Serpent. My bad, guys. Peggy said this one. Okay, yeah. So this is like a cel shaded dreamscape is what I'll call it, because you're like a chick with like a witch doctor chick. I don't know what time period. Maybe it's its own world. Who knows? But it's like there's like voodoo looking stuff, and she's a witch doctor, and there's animals you befriend. You become a giant monster. I really don't know what's going on, but it's like a very I don't know. It's like a nostalgic looking game, and it looks nice. And if you like witch doctors and voodoo, and maybe not voodoo. It's not voodoo art style. You know what I'm talking about. It's like witchcraft. God, I'm meandering. It's a very good looking game. Yeah, go check it out, guys. So that's Mario Sunshine, the Gunk, DokeV, if you like just K-pop romps, and just great looking games.
It does look
fun. It looks so confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot to it, but I'm just impressed nevertheless.
Look, all I did was I saw it and was just like, well, you have my attention. I will be, at the very least, keeping a heavy eye on this game. Probably purchasing it because it looks crazy. I gotta understand myself.
I'm still confused how Pearl Abyss, not confused, I guess, Black Desert makes so much money, they were like, yo, let's make other games.
Yeah.
And they made Crimson Desert, which was a given. It's, I guess, the Black Desert quote-unquote sequel, but then this come out of nowhere, and it's like...
Don't they also have, an Arena Battle Royale one coming out?
Yes,
that's in the same world?
Yep.
I can't
3 games, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm just excited to see these, because you saw it's several different environments in DokeV, but I'm just really excited to free roam through, a Korean city. You know what I mean? We've seen Tokyo and shit like that. This is something new. It's
It looks
nice.
like the Korean French Riviera. I never seen that before, but it looks really cool.
Whatever. That actually sounds really cool by default.
Do you become a K-pop star in this too? Because like when she transforms, she like becomes a K-pop.
She becomes
star.
an idol.
You gotta hit that henshin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
or an
gotta hit
idol.
that
Yeah.
henshin to go.
God, this game looks great. Everybody, go look it up.
DokeV. All right.
And I think someone has not mentioned one of them, which was because we talked a little bit about which ones we were going to mention before. Cult of the Lamb.
Yes, Cult of the Lamb.
I think somebody
Yes.
wanted to mention.
I forgot about that one. Yes, Cult of the Lamb is a 2D cutesy art style one where you essentially become this possessed lamb creature where you control your villagers and build this village and a cult to you as it. It has a bit of a don't starve mentality when it comes to village building and villager interaction. But when you go into the woods and do combat, it kind of switches to Binding of Isaac style. Like, oh, this is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the how art's not straight up strict 2D. It's like a mix of like a 2D, 3D plane change, and it's just really intriguing how it looks, and it's all so dynamic and also
It's got that 2.5D look.
Mm-hmm. 2.5D look, and I also like the weird cute aesthetic where it's like cute animals but with satanic elements involved.
Basically Binding of Isaac.
Yep.
But yeah, Binding of Isaac is weird because it like everything is drawn cutely, but like at the same time it's also like fucking gross.
Oh no, I think when I first played Binding of Isaac when I was really young, like some of the enemies, thinking about it, I tried to think about it too realistically in my head as a kid. Like, oh, I don't want to think about that too realistically because all these are technically once human, and I can't imagine how they turn into that in a real world. I also saw the first trailer for Binding of Isaac as a kid where they actually used real people.
Oof.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That is horrifying. Speaking of horrifying, something that might actually be considered dreadful, even. Metroid Dread got a cool new trailer, and it's looking really nice. I love freaking Metroid, man. I'm so glad that we're getting this game back.
Samus's return! Woohoo!
The puns. But getting Dread, this trailer actually, I feel might actually spoil a little bit too much for the game. Because the big thing about Metroid is, I mean, there's story in Metroid, but you go through it. Like, there's a ton of story in Metroid, but, like, it's a very atmospheric game. But in this one, we're dealing with threats and things like that I'm just kind of like, oh, wow, that's kind of important. There's a chorizo that's a villain that we saw, and we're like, oh, wow, that's crazy. We've never seen them in game. They just don't show up. On top of that, Samus has got her parry. She's out here doing some wild stuff. They're doing some platinum level things a little bit with how you're fighting stuff. Emmys are still terrifying. I also noticed the fact that her suit changes color. So like,
oh no, dude! When I first saw,
kind of happy.
When I first saw the trailer and saw that the armor suddenly turned blue, it's like Metroid Fusion. Ah!
Oh no, but the normal color for it is blue from the fusion part, because that's technically the deal. Is that her suit is upgraded from fusion. It's the fusion suit, not the power suit. It's just been upgraded. But at some point I saw her with the orange shoulder pads, like the classic ones, but like still the same suit, but it's colored differently. And then again I saw the gravity one, which lets me know that like we're probably going to be able to switch styles. And I don't know exactly what that means for this Metroid game. Either that or you get to customize her, which is just as crazy, to be honest.
It might be an element thing, like change up the different elements as you go through, kind of like almost Mega Man style, maybe.
And I noticed that and was like, I'm down with Samus getting some new suits that I'm getting to enjoy, because whenever she got a new suit in those games, those were always kind of dope. The gravity suit is always my favorite. I love the purple. It always looks nice. Though, to be honest, the light suit from Prime is awesome, which we still don't know about Prime 4, so, I'll just wait on that. But for now, I'll play Metroid Dread. Looks great. I'm ready to be scared by Emmys. To literally run my ass off. Be like, please no. Please. Don't do this.
Run! Especially with the new ones where it looked like invincible unless you have the right power for it.
Yeah, they will kill you. They have no problem doing that. No problem. And I'm like, ooh, that's something to be afraid of. But another thing I'll mention on this list, if I can open up my phone again, there we go. I'll quickly do a quick mention of Saints Row, the reboot that was announced. It's a cinematic trailer, but basically the idea is that we're getting an entire different group of characters that will most likely be the Third Street Saints in some way. Kind of down. Definitely more grounded feel, but not too grounded. They're still being silly. Looks like they're going back to their roots of at least Saints Row 2, which is not a bad thing, because Saints Row 2 is a favorite. It's a favorite.
Yeah.
It's like Saints Row 2 is great.
Saints Row 2 is great.
Like, it's most likely going to be Saints Row 2-ish, if not 3, because 3 is kind of wild, but it's still grounded.
4 is just insane.
4 is just insane. But, like I said before to Pele and Paul, I would not mind at all if the deal with the Saints Row series from now on is that it goes up and up and up and up and up until they're like, okay, we hit the ceiling of the idea we were doing, we're going to go back down and then do it again. If this was just a series of just constant climb ups to jump back down and climb up again in a different direction, I'm down. Especially since you get to have like your own, I guess, attachment to certain arcs. So, for instance, we grew up with the first like Saints Row arc, I guess, and we got to see how it became Crackdown. So, if this one just continues on its path to go up in another direction, then we'll have another one, and we get to choose which one is our favorite arc of Saints Row, like how crazy they went and which one we enjoyed. I feel like that's super cool. But next up, because I did say I was going to quickly mention that one, would be, I'm going to say, You Suck at Parking. I actually like that one. That one was actually kind of fun.
Did you like Sly Cooper driving?
You like to get mad. Like, you like puzzles. You like how to park.
You like jazz?
It looks a lot like a Trials game with the a top-down camera essentially being like, hey, yo, you gotta park in this spot. Get here as close as possible to this spot. Do it. And you just drive your little car, almost GTA style, over these ridiculous obstacle courses just so that you can hit that perfect drift and get into that parking spot. Basically, if you've ever seen any Fast and the Furious movie where they like slide perfectly into the spot, they made an entire silly game about that. Go play it. It looks great. It honestly, it's a unique idea. No one done it before, so I'm kind of down. But I think this will be the last one before we call it a night on this one. This one's gonna be a short one, guys, because we got people falling asleep on air.
Yeah, I'm not asleep, but I'm dying.
Almost there.
I closed my eyes for a second there, and all right.
I guess I'll mention these two because we've mentioned them both on the podcast before. Also, we'll just slide them in. Thymesia got a new trailer looking kind of ill, and Soultice. They are very similar genres. They're like your character action games. Thymesia being a bit more of a Bloodborne style game, while as Soultice being actually technically more Dark Souls-y.
What'd you say it was called?
Thymesia.
I'd spell that, please.
Thymesia.
Thymesia. Okay, I got you. Thank you. My bad, I'm too tired. I got it. I want to look this up, though. Oh, shit, this is Bloodborne.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, my God. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Except it looks a little bit faster, which I'm kind of down with, and they also have this deal with you gain power from the plague, specifically. There's a plague going around, and people can harness its power, and I'm like, oh, that's actually a really cool world detail. It's kind of lit. I'm down.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this game.
Yeah. Soultice being in the other direction about two sisters, pretty much doing stand things low key, but very character actiony. Honestly, if you haven't, go check both those games out. Thymesia is coming out. It got a release date. I think it says it's coming out this year, right?
Yeah, it did. Steam from the looks of it currently, but I think there's a demo out for it. You can definitely try it out for sure.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be playing that. Gotta try that out. Yeah. And Soultice being the same kind of thing going on with it. Both of these are genuinely cool character-esque action games that I think anybody should try.
Great.
Cool, that's what I'm saying, man. They both look so good. How am I supposed to choose? What do I do?
Buy both. You have a job.
Here we go. Get both. You know, and they're indie titles, so they're not going to be full price.
That's true. They won't be super expensive. They won't.
Dude, Soultice. Okay, when she whipped that blade around, something about that clicked with me.
She's basically got a berserk sword. I'm down. It's just a dragon slayer.
God, dude, what a time to be alive.
Yep.
It is. But we will leave you guys with that. This one's gonna be a short one. There's a lot of other stuff that you guys probably haven't gotten a chance to check out for Gamescom. By all means, there's even stuff that came out today that we didn't get to see. There'll probably be some stuff coming out tomorrow. Like I said, I didn't say it here, but apparently Platinum is also having their own thing that they wanted to show off some stuff at, and I have not gotten a chance to check that out at all. I looked for it, I just can't find it right now. That was definitely going to be on the podcast if I could find it.
I did want to say two things real quick.
Go ahead.
For the podcast. So first off, for anybody like looking up the game stuff, whatever we've listed for today and everything, there's a heavy indie focus with a lot of these games, so be ready for that. I don't want anybody to like be like, oh my god, and go and look at
this ain't E3.
Yeah, this ain't E3, but it is a very good amount of games and cool looking games. Just enjoy it. The second part is I am tired and I forgot it. Give me 1 second.
Attempt was made.
That's it. If you're like me, and you like your cosmic shit with Marvel, and you've been waiting on a Marvel movie that kind of looks more like a film than a Marvel movie, if that makes sense. Granted, Endgame and especially Infinity War did that, but you know what I'm saying. Check out that new Eternals trailer, because or the final trailer, because my god, man, I wasn't excited for that movie at all, and now
finally saw the trailer for it, and it's like
I'm very excited.
He's over the moon.
That, yeah, because it leads me to possibility of a silver streak in the sky and a dark fucking thing that eats planets, but we'll see. Like I said, boys, when Silver Surfer comes to the screen, don't go to the theater with me if you don't want to get drenched in fluids.
Still as gross as always.
Yeah, we'll end it there. I guess.
I told you.
My bad, guys.
The sleep
Stay
is
human.
taking help from the podcast. Yeah, stay human. Don't turn into a demon.
Too tired. I don't know why. Stay human, friends.
Don't let the late night nexus corrupt you as it has us.
Yeah.
But we will catch you guys around. We'll close it out with the obvious. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you as always.
Thanks for
having us.
Check us
out on Paper Play Action on the YouTube channel that exists now. You guys can see that. Go ahead and give that a subscribe. We might actually have some stuff that goes up that's not. Yep. But go ahead and did you let them know like the schedule that you'll be trying to do?
Yeah, I'll do that again. So it'll be about 7 to 9 weeks from now. We'll fully catch up to where the episodes are like today's, right? So if you like watching or listening on YouTube, you'll actually be able to do that. We wanted to start from the beginning. I kind of delayed it out because I was busy and being a jackass, procrastinating, blah, blah, blah. But I want to do 3 videos a week. Try to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and have those ready to go. So that in 7 to 9 weeks, whatever, however many episodes, we're almost on 30 now. It might be 10 fucking weeks.
We'll catch up eventually.
Yeah, there'll be a catch up, and then after that, you can enjoy Paper Play Action as is, and have that as your secret. I might even do 4 or 5 episodes a week, something to catch us up, so that you guys can have a second platform, get to just enjoy it. But for now, it'll be 3 episodes a week. But yeah.
There we go.
Branch it out.
Go follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well at paper_action. Go always hit up our Patreon, support the show. If you love what you've been hearing, go ahead and hit that up. We appreciate you guys at all times. So
thank you guys so much.
Yep. Have a good.
Without further ado, we'll end it here. See you later, guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good one, guys. Stay human.